will surprise Cisco acquires another company's.
Well, yeah, two more companies. So, Chuck's been opening up the checkbook apparently lately. So, in what they're doing is doubling down on their assurance portfolio. So, they've made acquisitions in the past with Thousand Eyes and App Dynamics. And so, in June, there were two announcements around acquisitions. One, Accedian. Accedian's been a partner of Cisco's for quite some time. Cisco announced their intent to acquire Accedian. What Accedian does is they focus on network assurance for service provider networks, so at the transport layer and for 5G networks. And this is just going to strengthen Cisco's overall capability to deliver network assurance, which just very succinctly defined, assurance is just understanding what's going on within a network, having observability and visibility, and being able to be proactive in addressing performance issues and that sort of thing. So I think it's a great addition, provides some additional depth from a service provider standpoint. And then at the end of the month, Cisco announced their intent to acquire a company called SamKnows, Knows. They're a London private company. And what they do is they focus on delivering embedded agents into more consumer devices like CPEs for broadband equipment and that sort of thing. And so the idea here is to integrate SamKnows and that agent capability into the Thousand Eyes portfolio for just a deeper level of observability, more endpoints that they can find, throughout, what is today, we're all interconnected now with the internet and that sort of thing. So from my perspective, two strong acquisitions. I did write an article last week about observability, and I talked about Cisco. I also talked about Gigamon and Splunk and what those companies are doing to strengthen what they're doing around network observability. And again, Cisco is doubling down here, and they're really building a really, strong beachhead from my perspective.
So is there something we should take away from these two, or is this just not a coincident with the company's acquisition strategy and actually innovation strategy, which is, we can organically create this, we can partner, we can acquire, and I'm sure there's striations in between that.
Yeah, and so Cisco has basically grown its roadmap both through organic, development, internal development, and acquisition. So I really view this as they're doubling down on what they're doing around full stack observability to strengthen their market position and drive incremental revenue and create net new functionality for its customer base. Also use that as an opportunity to take share away from some of their competitors. So that's just my humble opinion. I wasn't pre-briefed on this. Normally I am. And so that, my hypothesis is that these two acquisitions came together pretty quickly. But like I mentioned earlier, Accedian was already an established, Cisco partner, but they must have saw some value in moving that from a partnership to an acquisition. So,
no, good insights here. I have absolutely nothing to add on this one other than, I love observability.
You do. We've talked about that numerous times.
I know. As we fractalize infrastructure, as we fractalize applications, you have to figure out what the heck is going on.
Yeah.
Develop some sort of an AI ops to figure out what to do when, it hits the fan, and move on. I also like it because making money on it is independent of where the data set is being processed, right? Yeah. You need observability, whether it's in the public cloud, whether it's in your own data center, the edge, sovereign cloud. You need all of that data to help manage that.